Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Sunday, usually a bit of a stale day for trading, and quite an important day when it comes to closing the weekly tonight, because this will help us sort of determine the most likely probable future for Bitcoin moving forward into next week and beyond. And at the moment, the weekly is above all moving averages, which is good, and you forget how far we've come. We had a bit of a volatile day yesterday with all the Bitcoin conference stuff, and it was all over the place. And yeah, it's not yet hit the 71,500 target that I've set out. We could even get rejected as early as just below 70. That's true. Excuse me. And you could make the case that the wick has came close enough to that maybe we've already hit the top before a pullback. But if it is a pullback, just recognize this. So from the wick to the wick, that's 30% on Bitcoin over a 3-week period, right? So those people who think it's all over, it's incorrect to say that, right? You don't normally get massive moves up, nor massive moves down on Bitcoin these days. That's gone up now 30% in a 3-week period. It's only fair that it does consolidate or at least pull back a little bit. That's just normal. Now, just like we said yesterday, there is a pump signal here on the Itchy Cloud. The pump signal has kicked in, and so the pump signal can move at any point. It may not. It's not a 100% guaranteed successful indicator, but it is there, so we take it on face value. But does it kick in from the top of where it was generated, or does it come down to support? If it comes down to support, we're spoiled for choice. We've got a 10 exponential moving average to begin with, 66,400. We've got the horizontal area of significance where the candle bodies have all closed, 65,300. Got the 21 exponential, which today is 64,770, and then we've got the 50 and the 20, 64,000. We've even got the 200s down here. Look, moving averages have moved almost completely into the right place with a pump signal. When it comes to momentum, yeah, tiny drive of bearish divergence here and here. One is not a big problem. Two, yeah, we start to get a little more concerned of a deeper pullback, but recognize the trend here, everyone. You can see it, I can see it. It's an uptrend. This is a consolidation. As far as I can tell, the consolidation is mostly broken out, really. We're back into the main box of significance, looking to retest that 71,500 major area where we've struggled so much. So this is a bit of a problem for us. Right now, we're sort of, could easily have a little dance around this area, pulling back down towards maybe 64,000, maybe, before I bounce back up. But I don't really see it as a problem for Bitcoin. Altcoin is a slightly different story, because obviously we recognize, and we've been saying, that the dominance chart is actually quite high, and wants to keep going higher. There's no reason for it to get rejected from this exact area. The weekly golden cross moved up on moving averages, bouncing on the 20 and the 21 for the most part. And if we hit, and I'm not joking, if we get to 58% dominance, 58.5%, that's where we might see like some decent altcoin moves. Like, that's an area of rejection which is likely, it's not guaranteed, it's likely. And if it doesn't get rejected from there, it will likely, at that point, sell all the way up to around 64% dominance, where I will actually call for an alt season at that point. I'll say the words out loud, you'll hear me singing and dancing about it. There might be one here, but I would much prefer it to be up here. This is why holding Bitcoins are quite nice, because you look in a chart like this, you can't really go wrong. You get up here, maybe I could rotate perhaps 20% of a single Bitcoin. Nothing massive, just enough, maybe half a Bitcoin. Not crazy amounts. But up here, might even take some out of cold storage. To be honest with you, flip them there, because that would be a much more aggressive, longer sustained alt season, which I would probably imagine take place towards the end of a parabolic peak. So I'm not suggesting we come up here anytime soon. We might not even see this until maybe mid 2025 or something like that. Anyway, let's get back into the boring old stuff of Bitcoin. So we recognize that actually this is still a bullish chart, despite what people might think, because we've had a rejection from here and we've not reached the 71,500. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. So the 4 hourly actually had a very volatile night last night, hitting the 20 moving average, hitting the 21, again, sort of wick in between the two. This can easily pull back further. It can easily pull back further. The 200 exponential is just above 64,000, which matches that area on the daily. There's a major bounce area if we do come down to that level. If it doesn't have to come down to this level right this very second in time, give the rest of the day, maybe into tomorrow. It's a bullish chart at this point. It's still a bullish chart with higher highs and higher lows. We should expect higher highs and higher lows to continue. But there is always two sides of every coin. There is 3 drives of bearish divergence on the money flow on the RSI, not on the money flow index. That was cancelled out at this point. So look, uptrends go like this. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they up, they go down. But at the moment, it is a series of high highs, high lows. Same obviously on the daily. And I still think that we're looking to push into this 70,000, 71,000. And if we break and close above 71,500, we should at that point be looking for a new all-time high. As we haven't done that yet, we expect a rejection from it. So remember that. I'm not calling for a new all-time high. I'm not calling for a massive rejection. I'm recognizing that this is an uptrend that's moving up towards a major resistance. And what do we always say? Expect rejection at resistance, obviously. But if it breaks, then you can invalidate the resistance and you could hope that it flips to support and then you target new all-time highs. I think this is the main thing that most people need to take away from at least my channel, right? I'm not making bold claims and statements. I'm not trying to make unrealistic calls. I'm telling you what the chart is saying, right? And if you don't respect what the chart is saying, then you're going to get wrecked at some point, We all have expectations. Some people even have predictions. Me, I just go by the statistical likelihood of, continuation or rejection. That's all I go by, because that's really all trading is. It is literally just about balancing out the odds. It's not about saying this is going to go to 100 billion, quadrillion, gazillion, manillion. No. This chart says it wants to keep going up a little bit further, probably to this major area of resistance, then pull back, and at that point we can have a look to see where we are at that stage. So just remember that, right? There's validation and invalidation for any trade, This is only 8:30 on a Sunday morning. There's not much more to say about it than that. Ethereum is wrecked city, unfortunately. It's not completely wrecked. I mean, we are above at least the 200 simple and exponential. I mean, that in itself could suggest maybe, a decent opportunity for a longer term. This is a daily, you'd expect to, if you're going to be bullish on this, or at least hold on to any kind of bullish bias, these two areas would be the main supports you would look for a V-shaped recovery, maybe even the bottom. Looking at the weekly, the weekly is slightly different. If we can close again, like we did last week, the weekly candle body above that 21 exponential moving average, can't get my words out, 21 exponential moving average, that would be a good deal too. We saw that here, dush bang. We saw that here, bounce into it, and we did move to a 7 simple. We closed above it here, continued on. So this is a bit of a main thing for Ethereum. I don't want to see it close below here because it means it's likely to come down further. But there is good things about that. If it comes down, it offers more opportunity to buy. Now I got enough Ethereum. I don't want to buy anymore. I'm still holding on to all the Ethereums that I bought in 2019. Believe it or not, never sold a single one. Who knows if it's if I ever will. I'm still up massively. I bought them at like $160. So when people always say, "Oh, Ethereum is rubbish," I was like, "Hang on a minute, I've had a good return on it." You want to talk about store of value? Ethereum's done it for me. To be honest with you, I'm quite happy with that. But if it does come down further, it might be an opportunity for anyone who doesn't own Ethereum and wants to at least get their foot in the door on some Ethereum. Either way, tonight, like every Sunday night, means usually means a lot, because it points to either continuation with the uptrend or breakdown, moving down to lower areas on the chart. So we don't really know right now. I know everybody's going to be disappointed, and this might actually cause further pullback, because obviously Trump was talking last night, oh, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's expecting some enormous moves. I haven't heard it. I've just seen articles and quotes. I don't know if they're real or not. And they all sound quite bullish, to be honest with you, but are they real, or I don't know. It's just words, isn't it, really? Normally, these sort of events are buy the rumour, sell the news. You know, someone can say anything they like on a microphone. Does it add any value to the asset that you're trading? Does it actually add value to it, or does it not? The only thing that really adds value is confidence and people buying. That's all it is, really, not what people are saying. And if someone's speaking at a Bitcoin conference, I imagine most of the people listening already have Bitcoin. They're probably maxed out. You know, just because Trump said something bullish about it, do you think they're going to buy more or less, or do you think that they're already at capacity? You know, so we'll leave it there. There's nothing much more to say, but all eyes on the prize for the closure tonight on the weekly, and then obviously we're going to work out what's going on for stocks, which is a completely different story, all for another video. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.